Hi, wish you a good day. When I went to the classroom, you were not there. So I was feeling bored without you in the classroom. So I thought of getting out of the classroom. So you know this part, you enjoy coming here, and today we will have the class from outside. So dear students, I hope you have studied last day, and I appreciate you for one thing. Last day I had given 11 questions. Most of you have studied well and you attended the class well. And in the Zoom meeting, I found only very few of you. Only less than 40 students attended the Zoom meeting. I don't know whether it is because of your internet unavailability or because you did not wake up in the morning. I conducted the meeting at 7:30 in the morning. So dear students, all of you should come to the classroom when it is arranged and wake up early. I know during the vacation you were not waking up early, you were sleeping a lot, and now after the vacation, as we begin the class, wake up early in the morning. We used to say early to bed and early to rise. So studying early in the morning will help you to study a lot. So we had already studied regarding resources last day. We had studied the classification of resources. So today we have three things to study. First one is resource conservation. Second one is sustainable resources. And third one, the principles of sustainable development. We will study them. I am in the site of a house construction. So this is near our school. So just see, this is a place made ready to construct a house. So here I have seen a water tank. Just see this water tank. This is a rainwater harvesting tank. The people who are constructing this home are planning to make an underground water storage. I think this comes almost a volume of 60,000 liters of water. So they have an intention to store the water in this area. There may be water scarcity and they need water during the summer. So storing 60,000 liters of water, rainwater, will help them to have sufficient water during the summer season. So this is a rainwater storage system which they are building under their home. So why do they make this one? Because there is water scarcity. So resource scarcity. So when there is resource scarcity, they are planning a sustainable development. They are developing a home and they need water. They will be using the groundwater or underground water, and they want to make a sustainable development, and this is resource conservation. So this project is something for resource conservation. They have water scarcity, so they conserve water. We may have scarcity for many resources and we conserve them for the future. Development is there in the world, and when there is development in the world, we make a project of sustainable development. What is sustainable development? I want to use the resources of the nature. If I am using it without any limit, it will get exhausted. See, the water here, if we are using the groundwater alone for every purpose, we may not have sufficient water. So that we should think of other sources of water. And in that case, when we are developing something, maybe some industry, maybe some factories, whatever it is, when we are developing them, we should also think of projects to sustain the resources. Take the example of water. A factory may be in need of a lot of water, huge amount of water. And this huge volume of water fetching by the factory may cause the exhausting of the water in that area. So we should think of some other solution. Such a solution is rainwater harvesting. And then, in a sustainable development, the people should think of keeping the use of resources in the minimum. Minimum use of resources will help to make any project eco-friendly. So we will come to the theoretical part of the class, and we will go through the slides. You have only 3 questions today, and study these 3 questions, and answers also I will show in the PowerPoint. You should take down them and complete the notes. And after that, we will have a small revision regarding the whole chapter, and you have to study the whole chapter. Make a revision regarding the previous section which I had taken last week, and complete the chapters. And after that, in the examination that we conduct today, we will have questions from the first part and second part. That means the whole chapter. So with that, we will complete the chapter resources. Thank you. Today we are going to study the conservation of resources. See the image. The half of the land is cultivated and the other half is dried. It is because of water scarcity, one half of the land is seen dried, and the tree in that side too is dried. On the other side, where there is sufficient water, the land is green. I will show you a video now where people are looking for water.
If you don't know about the water crisis, you should. 2.6 billion people are affected. They lack clean water and a toilet. Each day, kids miss school, moms walk miles, families get sick from unsafe water, and too many die. Over 4,000 kids every day. We all know this is wrong, it's tragic, and it's totally unnecessary, because it's solvable, if done right and with urgency. At water.org, we are dedicated to solving the global water crisis. Our more than 25 years of experience has given us insight. We know the water crisis can't be solved by a one-size-fits-all approach. We know it's not just about drilling wells, and that charity alone won't ever solve the challenge. You can help make this happen. Join us.
So you have seen people looking for water and people wasting water. Just imagine how much water we are wasting a day. Just by opening the tap, water is simply flowing out. When we are brushing, when we are washing plates, when we are bathing and so on. So dear students, the water that we are using today or we are wasting today is the water that should be supplied for somebody else in the world. So resource conservation is important. That should be a matter that people should think of. What do you mean by resource conservation? Resource conservation is using resources carefully and giving them time to get renewed. There are resources which are renewed easily, and there are resources which will not be renewed, that we have already studied in the previous class. And the resources which are renewed also take time to get renewed. So our use should be carefully. And we should give the resources time to get renewed. And that is what you mean by resource conservation. And now we have another question. What is sustainable development? I also discussed the same thing earlier. And sustainable development is balancing the need to use the resources and also conserve them for the future. If you are using all the resources today, there will be no sufficient resources for the future generation. Just imagine that the people are using the whole forest today for construction and development. For the next generation, it will affect their weather, and there will be no forest products for the people. So we can use the resources from forests, resources, minerals and water, everything we can use. The fuel which we use today will be getting exhausted. So we can use them, but at the same time, if we are using careless, those resources will get exhausted. So development is a part of our life. So this should be sustainable development. We should think of the resources and the use of the resources. If we are using the resources with carefully, it will be existing for the next generation and also for the future. So I gave you two questions. First question was, what do you mean by resource conservation? And the answer is here. You have to take down in the notebook. And the second question, what is sustainable development? Balancing the need to use resources and also conserve them for the future is called sustainable development. And we have one more question. What are the ways of conserving resources? There are three things. If you practice these three things, resource conservation is easy. First, reduce. For conserving the resources, we should reduce the use of resources. Just think of electricity. We are generating electricity, but Kerala is a state which is not having sufficient electricity, and we are buying electricity from outside. Just imagine during this vacation, our school has arranged solar electricity system. And we are producing almost 50 kW of electricity a month. And if we are using that electricity, if we are limiting the use of electricity in our school, we can be satisfied with the electricity that is produced from our part. If we are overusing, we will have to buy electricity from KSEB. So if we are reducing the use, we have the resource sufficiently. And second point, reuse. Reuse the resources. Water. Suppose we are using drinking water, we are taking groundwater for drinking, and that is pure water, good water, and we are using it for drinking. And the availability of groundwater is not sufficient for all people here. So after the first usage, maybe for bathing, maybe for cleaning and so on, we are using the pure water. And after the first use, if we are reusing the water, maybe after recycling, maybe after purifying, that can help us reuse. Suppose we are making use of some products, maybe some plastic. Plastic is exceeding on the earth. Each time we are purchasing plastic carry bags. Last day when I went to the grocery shop, I got the things in plastic carry bag. Imagine I brought it to my home and I just put on the earth. Next day I am going to the grocery shop, I am bringing the next plastic bag. Just imagine if I could keep that plastic bag of the first day and take the same to the grocery shop today. I did not want to bring a second one. So reuse everything. And the third step is recycle. I told about the water. In our school we have the water recycle system. The water which is used in the kitchen is going to the recycling plant, and after recycling, that water is used for gardening. So the same way, if we are using the water recycling project, we can reduce the amount of usage of groundwater. So this is another step. So dear students, these three things should be a value to your life. I ask you to take down it to your notebook, but more than that, I ask you to take down it to your life. So dear students, we have already studied regarding the resources and the use of resources. I told you in the beginning, social science is a subject for your life. So study these resources. This is very important, not for your exam, but for your life. I ask you to take down to the notebook, but all answers you should take down to your life and to your heart. And we should be people who are ready to conserve the resources and who are protecting the environment. So study the chapter. Today I taught you only 3 questions. And the previous questions also you should study today. So that chapter should be revised well, and in the examination tomorrow I will ask you questions from the whole chapter. So do it well. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.